Welcome to planetghost.com. This is the video tutorial for MySQL database. It will include topics as like logging into MySQL server from remote host, then how to list all databases, how to create a database, how to select a database in which we would be working, how to list all tables in a database, how to create a table, how to insert records in a table, updating a table record, and then finally listing all the records in a table. So starting with the very first thing is logging into MySQL server from remote host. To do that, I'll start my terminal and I'll log in as the super user. Okay, now I'm logged in as a super user. What I need to do is log into my MySQL server. For that, I'm typing in MySQL -u. My username is root, so I've typed root here, followed by -p, which means -p prompts for password for your MySQL user root. After entering your password, you will get a MySQL prompt. That means you're logged into your MySQL server. Now the very first thing what we would do is list all the databases. Okay, now for to list all the database, you just need to type in show databases followed with a semicolon, which is very important. So this is the list of databases I have already created and which are present for this particular user. Now what I would do is create a new one, say with the name cduck. Create database cduck. Keep in mind that all your statements in MySQL would be followed by a semicolon. You get a output saying query okay, one row affected, which means your query has run successfully. Your query has run successfully, and we will run the same old command to list all databases, and you will see a new database is created here with name cduck, which was not present earlier. As you see, it is not present here, but has been created. Now we will go further creating tables, listing all the tables, but when we type in a query to create a table, the server won't know where exactly the table should be created. For that, in which database, as we see there are so many databases. So first we would do is we will select a database and we will work only in that database. To do that, we just need to type in use cduck followed again with a semicolon. You'll get the output as database changed, which signifies the database has been selected. Now we will list the tables. Now since it's a new database, it won't have any tables, but simply just to learn, I've put in show tables, and it will give the output as empty set, which signifies currently there are no tables in the database. So we will start with creating one. I already have put some statements here which would save my time to type. So I'll start with creating a database. Creating a table. Creating a table with name student. You see, this syntax is create table student. Now, when we create a table, we have to give the name of it fields. For example, if I'm creating a table with two fields, one would be marks and the other would be student name. So the name, I have put the data type as varchar, which would take all the string type. For example, it would take alphabets, it would take numbers. But marks, I have put int, which signifies a data type with name integer, which would take all the numbers as in 5, 10, 15, 20. So finally I'm creating a table with the name student with two fields. One is student name and the other one is marks. So you got the output query okay, which means the query has run successfully. Now I will run the same old statement, that is show tables. As there were no tables earlier, we have created one. You see, tables in the database cduck is 1. We have one table created, that is student. Now we will start inserting values in it. Again, I have the statement written here already, which would save my time. So I'm just copying and pasting the query here. Okay, to insert a record in this table, we need to type in the table name followed by the value. The query is insert into student. Student is the table name. Then we have to type in value and we have to put the values in the brackets. We have two values which we need to place in the record. So one is the string type, so make sure you put the string type in quotes, single quotes or double quotes. So I'll run this first and you got query okay, which means the query has run successfully. I'll just check whether the record has got inserted. We'll just check. To do that, we will list the records of the table. For that, we need to run the query select star from table name. The table name is student, so we would be typing select star from student, of course followed by the semicolon. And here you see there's a table with name with two columns, that is student name and marks. We just have one record, that is Dino, and marks is 98, which we've inserted using the insert query earlier. We will enter one more record. We will put the same insert query here and we'll put one more record with name John and marks as 93. So as I press enter, I'll run the select query again. It shows that it has two records, one is Dino and the other one is John with their respective marks. Now I will land to updating a query. For example, I want to amend the marks for John. I want to change it to 95 rather than 93. So I'll run an update query here. We'll type in update student and set marks equal to, say, 95, where where a name is equal to John. You see, we have the update query where we are amending the marks to 95. Currently we see the marks as 93, and we want to update the marks for John to 95, where the name is equal to John, as we see in the query. Okay, I have the column name as student name, so I have put the wrong name for the column, that is student underscore name, and now I run the query. You see the output is query OK, one row affected, which means the query has ran successfully. Again, I just check. You see the marks earlier was 93, and now you see marks are 95. So we have learned to log into MySQL Server from remote host. Besides, we've also learned how to create a table, how to create a database, how to list database, how to list tables, how to create a new table, and how to insert records in the table and listing along with updating records in the table. So I hope this tutorial has been helpful. Thank you.